On October 26th, Interact Accessories is going to start slinging some killer prizes in your general direction, but only if you have the points to compete. To get the points, you can bust out a massive 540 or tweak your frontside fakie to the cheers of crowds around the world. But why risk life and limb when you can simply buy Interact, GameShark, and Performance brand accessories? Every accessory for every platform has a point value. Every point you collect is equal to how many times we throw your name into the enormous imaginary hat. The more points you have, the more entries you have, the more chances you have of winning. We'll reach into that mythic sombrero every day, every week, every month, and a few more times at the end of February. And for the lineup of prizes we're throwing down, you'd better be prepared to go big, or you might as well not even bother playing. So, first you buy the goods. Second, go to www.gobigwinbig.com to register and get more of the scoop. And third, if we pick your name, you could win daily, weekly, monthly, and grand prizes, including posters, t-shirts, games and gaming gear, big-ticket electronics, skateboards, snowboards, bikes, and big-ass vacations for the adventurous types. You may even win a chance to hang with members of Interact's Dream Team, Bucky Lasik, Bob Burnquist, Dave Mirra, Ryan Nyquist, Carrie Hart, Todd Richards, and of course, Barrett Christie. For details on prizes and such, pull up www.gobigwinbig.com. Dude, what are you waiting for?
The PlayStation 2 game console is powered by a 128-bit CPU called the Emotion Engine, referring to the machine's immense computing power and its ability to capture the emotions and imaginations of game players. The 128-bit processor is 4 times more powerful than the 32-bit original PlayStation, and with 32 megabytes of main system memory, the PS2 can outprocess most PCs. The DualShock 2 controller packed in with the PlayStation 2 is designed with twin analog sticks and fully analog buttons, expanding on the features that Sony introduced with the DualShock for the original PlayStation. And be sure to check out how to bring more intensity to your gameplay with the goods that Interact Accessories is offering at launch time. The standard PS2 memory cards can store 8 megabytes of data. A new memory card management interface allows save icons to change as you progress in a game and react to deletion commands through simple animations. Even if no games were slated for the PS2 launch, the system would still have over 300 titles thanks to backwards compatibility. PlayStation 1 gamepads can also be used with your PS1 or PS2 games, but the PS1 memory cards will only work with your PS1 games. And when it's game over, you'll be pleased to know that the PS2 will play all of your DVD movies and music CDs. The PlayStation 2, movies, music, and games, all built into one single home entertainment console.
Rubber baby buggy bumpers, rubber baby buggy bumpers, A-E-I-O.
They just record you saying the alphabet, moving your face around, and then, whenever the boys in R&D want to put you in one of those new ESPN video games, they have everything they need.
Yeah, but that would mean they could make us do whatever they want.
Number 34.
Madden is coming back with an impressive new player in its starting lineup, a PlayStation 2 version of the game. This new version of Madden features an easier-to-navigate interface and improved graphics with even more realistic details. John Madden and Pat Summerall are back in the broadcast booth giving the play-by-play. Another big addition to Madden NFL 2001 is the exclusive NFL Coaches Club license. Now you'll see each team's coach pacing the sidelines, giving constructive criticism to the referees and yelling at their players. For added realism, the game features accurate physics using players' actual height and weight to affect tackling and blocking. New defensive controls allow players to read an offensive alignment and make adjustments at the line of scrimmage. Madden NFL 2001 is shaping up better than ever to do battle with this fall's intense football competition. Continuing its legacy of furious mech fighting, Armored Core 2 is set to nuke PS2 owners with intense action and beautiful visuals. Like the previous Armored Core games, Armored Core 2 enables players to build their own deadly robotic machines by choosing different types of high-powered weapons, jetpacks, body frames, legs, and colors. Amazingly, there are over 1 billion combinations of parts possible, so you can constantly create new mechs. Players can battle solo or challenge a friend in split-screen mode. There are 37 single-player missions ranging from finding artifacts to all-out search and destroy. The story has multiple scenarios depending on which path you choose at certain points of the game. Additionally, there are several unique maps for multiplayer havoc. Expect Armored Core 2 to provide some intense action when the PlayStation 2 launches. Despite the trendy consonant, EA's going in a totally different direction with X Squad, the PS2's first squad-based shooter. As Ash, you control up to 3 other team members in a fight against terrorists in 2037. Look forward to destructible environments, high polygon count models, and lots of shiny weapons like flamethrowers, railguns, and rocket launchers. Controls are pretty straightforward. The game supports pressure-sensitive directionals and incorporates kneeling to get a better shot at your target. The squad AI may be the game's big selling point. EA's Extreme entry for the PS2 launch is shaping up to deliver absolutely exhilarating downhill racing. Snowboard Supercross offers 8 gameplay modes. You get free exploration of the 8 levels, which include a half-pipe, the obstacle-laden Tokyo Megaplex, and a glacier in Hawaii. There's also a course laid out for each race, but you don't necessarily have to take it. See a shortcut? Go for it. Along with the lineup of available riders and equipment, there's a Creator Rider mode for the ultimate in custom snowboarding. Graphically, the PS2 delivers super fast frame rates and excellent animations. What matters is the addictive vibe coursing through SSX, and gamers who like their racing fast and furious will want to chill out with this one in October. If Sega Rally is an off-road game, then Smugglers Run is a what-road game. Sure, there are paved surfaces, but you'll want to avoid them. Cops tend to like them, and as a driver for hire carrying illegal cargo, that's the one type of traffic you want to avoid. The alternative is to drive everywhere else, over mountains, through the deserts, into rivers, on train tracks, even across the frozen tundra. Potential obstacles include trees, boulders, other vehicles, and yes, living creatures. The game's go-anywhere freedom is a liberating thrill, the controls feel responsive, and all signs point to Smugglers Run being one of the most promising PS2 launch titles on shelves come October. In Eternal Ring, you play as Cain, who has been summoned by his king to journey to the island of No Return, a dangerous and mystical place where dragons live in abundance. Besides its daunting name and unruly reptilian inhabitants, this island is also noteworthy as the resting place of the Eternal Ring. You'll need to master all of Cain's magical powers if you plan to find this ancient relic and survive this quest. The island is separated into 8 areas, each with individual terrain such as erupting volcanoes, snowy mountaintops, and even an underwater palace. 6 of these areas are ruled by dragons. The gameplay involves characters wearing rings to gain magical powers. You can find and use more than 100 rings divided into 6 categories: fire, water, earth, wind, light, and darkness. Characters must balance the effects of the magic rings for optimum results. The 3D action brawler Dynasty Warriors 2 gives you the chance to play as one of China's many legendary warriors. The game lets you decide which battles to fight and when to pull back. Your ultimate goal is to unite all of China under one ruler. Battles are fought in 150 square acre fields that allow for over 1,000 units to engage in combat. As your lone warrior dispatches enemies during skirmishes, you'll earn higher ranks and more soldiers to lead. Your performance also affects the morale of soldiers on the field. The controls are simple enough to grasp, with functions for attack, jump, and flashy special attacks. Dynasty Warriors 2 looks to yield some epic battles come October. Konami's popular arcade shooting game Silent Scope is coming home. You assume the role of a sharpshooter on an anti-terrorist team. The home translation is identical to the arcade version and includes shooting range, story, and time attack modes, along with a few console-exclusive special bonus modes. The analog controls are surprisingly workable. Mastering the console version's control scheme takes practice, but after spending some time in the target range, you'll be sniping your enemies in story mode with ease. Silent Scope features striking graphics and atmospheric sounds. The diverse stages come alive with detailed enemies and colorful environments. Audio-wise, a smattering of sound effects never distracts from the on-screen action, and the jazzy music is surprisingly poignant. Dead or Alive 2 Hardcore is coming to the PlayStation 2 to battle Tekken Tag Tournament and Street Fighter EX3 for fighting game supremacy. Tecmo has added a bunch of new goodies to its curvaceous fighter with more extras than the Japanese PS2 version. The game features at least 2 new playable characters, new stages, new costumes, English language voiceovers, expanded story cinemas, more play modes, and tons of new tag team moves. There are new sub-levels to some familiar arenas, and each character features a few new moves in their arsenal. With all the extras packed into Dead or Alive 2 Hardcore, Tekken and Street Fighter had better watch their backs this fall. If Sony's launching a PlayStation, well, then Namco's got to have a version of Ridge Racer ready to go. As usual, there are no automaker licenses, but the high-polygon car models resemble major brands. However, it's disappointing that the oldest enemy of racing gamers, the dreaded Drawing on the Horizon, still rears its ugly head. Fans of the series will be disappointed to learn that Ridge Racer 5 suffers from same old freaking track syndrome. The announcer is a nice touch, though. He's a bit chattier than he used to be, and he doesn't sound like he's on amphetamines. Ridge Racer 5 does, however, take advantage of the DualShock 2's full analog components. The steering and pressure sensitivity of the buttons are both adjustable in the options menu. Ridge Racer 5 might deliver what racing fans in Japan crave for now, but it's a little more than a 1995 game with a 2000 paint job. Konami brings an old-school blast from the past to PlayStation 2 owners with Gradius 3 and 4, a compilation of 2 classic arcade shooters. The 2 titles feature tried-and-true old-school side-scrolling enemy blasting and power-up grabbing with a few brand-new rendered cinemas. The controls are flawless and both titles have been perfectly translated. Gradius 3 even retains gameplay slowdown and ROM check when you start the game. Although both titles show their age, they're still fun to play and should provoke a nostalgic smile when they're released. The name FIFA has become synonymous with excellent soccer games, and EA Sports is carrying that tradition to the PS2 with FIFA 2001. Easily the most impressive feature is the dazzling player models, which sport the kind of rich detail and fluid animation usually found only in PC games. While a Japanese version was already released this spring, EA Sports has tuned the PS2 version for US fans, adding the MLS players. Naturally, the usual lineup of club and national teams returns to the fray to let you settle league rivalries or pursue the World Cup. Capcom blends the new and the old in Street Fighter EX3, the company's first title for the PlayStation 2. Faithful fans of the series won't miss a punch with the same great 2D gameplay as previous Street Fighter EX titles, plus some tweaks and a new playable character, Ace. Of course, the 128-bit 3D graphics are what really separates Street Fighter EX3 from its predecessors. The 3D characters are impressive, and the action is flawlessly smooth, even during the 4-player mayhem. The star of the PlayStation 2's debut is clearly Tekken Tag Tournament from Namco. Tekken Tag has 20 fighters with at least 12 additional hidden ones. With the new tag aspect, you can choose 2 fighters and switch between them at will during a match. The gameplay is identical to the arcade versions and includes all of the hard-hitting combos, bone-crushing linkers, and surprising counters that shot Tekken Tag to the top of the arcade charts. The PS2 version of Tekken Tag clobbers its arcade counterpart with its graphics. Characters are ultra smooth and battle it out in arenas loaded with so many details, you'd have to stop fighting to catch them. Tekken Tag Tournament should be an automatic purchase when it's released on these shores in the fall. Fantavision's action puzzle gameplay is filled with nothing else but bright colors and big explosions. Fantavision challenges players to link similarly colored fireworks together and then detonate them as a combination blast for an impressive light show. The more fireworks you can link and set off before they fizzle, the higher your score. When you start daisy-chaining different color strings together, well, the sky's the limit. The graphics are gorgeous, but only hint at the PS2's capabilities. In all, this is an addictive and gorgeous light puzzler for your PlayStation 2. NHL 2001 is well on its way to locking up the PlayStation Hockey Championship once again. Leading the charge is NHL 2001's momentum meter, which gradually increases as your team lands big hits, breakaways, shots, and so on. The more momentum you have, the better your team play, which really helps the gameplay mirror the real-life ups and downs of hockey. Another cool new feature is the intriguing NHL Challenge, in which sweet plays earn you points that can be used to improve the skills of creative players. The visuals have also been improved, especially the cleaner animations and player models. The impact isn't amazing, but it's nice polishing. The action still feels like hockey at its best, and the big hits are as thrilling as ever. NHL 2001's streak of unfettered dominance in the PlayStation rink should continue unchecked. Kessen can be translated as strategic battle in Japanese, and in keeping with Koei's rep, this real-time strategy game is based on a well-known Japanese civil war. But unlike other Koei games, Kessen focuses on the battlefield. You can easily command a variety of cool battle units, showcasing stunning visuals like the ability to zoom from battlefield view to an awesome in-your-face soldier versus soldier look. Kessen looks like it will launch a powerful real-time strategy assault on the PlayStation 2. Midway's bring you back ready to rumble for a second round of fisticuffs and tomfoolery, adding the knockout punch of a PlayStation 2 version. All 11 fighters return with new flashy duds along with 12 new and even wackier pugilists. This includes celebrity guests Shaquille O'Neal and Michael Jackson, plus a few other special guests that have to be seen to be believed. Also new for round 2 is a tournament mode to raise the friendly level of competition you have with your buddies. The graphics look sharp with much more ornate costumes and animations. The increased horsepower of the PS2 shows in the backgrounds and additional characters. There are also 3 levels of rumble flurries to unleash on your opponent. Based closely on the PC hit Midtown Madness, Midnight Club challenges players to speed through recreations of London and New York in waypoint runs, drag races, capture the flag showdowns, or games of follow the leader. The cities themselves, complete with working lights and independent traffic systems, are certainly dangerous to drive, and it's fun to see pedestrians try to leap out of the way of your speeding vehicle. EA Sports shelved its PlayStation engine and turned to a new development team to create NASCAR 2001 from scratch, and that gutsy move looks like it will pay off. The cars still spend a lot of time turning left, but the tracks and vehicles sport a lot more detail, and the reduction in pop-up is impressive. The handling has a natural feel, but sadly, gamers can no longer skew the AI towards sim or arcade. This version just has rookie, veteran, and legend difficulty levels. 35 top NASCAR pros are available, along with 19 official NASCAR tracks, including Daytona at long last, and 5 fantasy road courses in locales like Hawaii and Colorado. NASCAR 2001 seems headed for another solid finish. Find out more about the PlayStation 2 in every issue of GamePro magazine, the world's largest multi-platform gaming magazine. Every issue of GamePro is loaded with the best tips, tricks, reviews, and previews of all the hottest new games for every game system. Sign up now and get 2 risk-free issues. If you like the 2 free issues, then all you pay is $19.97 for a full year subscription. Call 1-800-678-9097 or log on to www.gamepro.com to subscribe today. Yeah, we know. You checked out the games and figured, okay, let's see what these Interact guys have in store for the PlayStation 2 launch. Well, while we don't offer the latest 3D first-person deathmatch mega tournament, we offer the most important part of any video game, control. Let's have a quick rundown of Interact's at-launch lineup, and then you can get back to fantasizing about your PS2. When you want a gamepad with extra features and a very comfortable design, you want the Storm Chaser Gamepad. Gamers, you get 6 analog buttons plus the 4 analog shoulder buttons, along with standard twin analog sticks and vibration feedback. For added function, you get auto-fire, button relocation, button pressure programming, and button programmability, which allows you to program complicated combos into a single button. The rubberized grips will curb the slips and provide you with many hours of comfortable gameplay. If a standard gamepad is on your list of must-have accessories, the Dual Impact 2 is the one to grab. You get all the standard analog buttons, analog sticks, and vibration feedback with a very uncommonly comfortable shape. The Dual Impact 2 should be your first choice when shopping for your second standard controller. When it's time to pummel opponents into submission, it's time to pound on the Shadow Blade arcade stick. This incredibly sturdy stick was made to take a beating as you dish out a beating on unsuspecting adversaries. You get 8 analog buttons, an analog control stick, button pressure programmability, button relocation, and button programmability, allowing you to press one button and watch a massive combo repeatedly beat your poor victim into the ground. The sturdy metal base takes your pounding with style. With a slew of intense racing games available for the PS2, you're gonna need a good racing wheel. With the gamepad, you're not really driving, are you? The V3FX Racing Wheel 2 has everything you need to hug the turns and blaze by the competition. 300 degrees of wheel rotation, separate foot pedals, and vibration feedback offer you a very realistic driving experience. If NASCAR rookie sensation Dale Earnhardt Jr. swears by Interact's racing wheels, why wouldn't you? And shortly after the PS2 launch, be on the lookout for the Blue Thunder Racing Wheel, a very sturdy, high-end racing wheel with many extra functions, and the Thunderstrike Light Blaster, the pistol of choice for virtual assassins everywhere. Of course, we have more on the way, but you're just gonna have to wait and see. If you think that's it, you're wrong, baby. Check out Interact's Go Big or Go Home contest to see how picking up these killer accessories could put your ass on a plane to some wild vacation locations or get you some very cool gear. Ever wonder what it would be like to have the ability to play your favorite games without any boundaries? Ever wondered how your friend breaks through to the highest level of every game or beats your scores with ease? He probably didn't want you to know about GameShark, the worst kept secret in gaming. Within the millions of lines of code that make up your favorite video games, there exist variables and vulnerabilities. With the ability to manipulate the variables, you have ultimate power over anything and everything. Infinite health, infinite lives, all weapons, all items, all characters. You go anywhere, you do anything, and you kill everything. From the moment you boot up your GameShark, you are a god in the video game universe. The GameShark video game enhancer is available for PlayStation, N64, Game Boy, Dreamcast, and PC platforms, and soon for PS2. Constant code updates at GameShark.com assure that you will always have the power to beat the game. We want to give you a taste of GameShark's ultimate power, a sneak peek have you into a different realm of gaming. Once you see how GameShark can change your gaming experience for these titles, just imagine what it can do for all of your games.
When you want to tip the scales in your favor, you turn to GameShark. When you need new codes to completely topple the scales, leaving any competition no chance of survival, you need to log on to GameShark.com. Nowhere else can you get the latest official codes from the pros. Besides being your only source for the latest codes, GameShark.com offers video game news, game reviews, previews, hardcore gamer chat and discussion boards, and an editorial crew of escaped rabid baboons. Or so it seems. Log on to GameShark.com, get the power to pummel your games, and register for a slew of benefits that are only available to GameShark.com members. Membership is free, so your excuses have just run out. Lucky for you, the power of GameShark has been contained in print and distributed to subscribers everywhere. GameShark magazine comes to your mailbox on a bi-monthly basis, loaded with the latest GameShark codes for the hottest games. Editorials, game reviews, previews, news, and features fill the pages, giving you an all-around powerful piece of video game propaganda. To subscribe, call 410-785-4064 or log on to www.GameSharkGear.com. GameShark magazine gets bigger and more intense with every issue. If you're hungry for updated code lists, game saves, and programmer cheats, Big Wave has your name on it. Big Wave subscribers get 4 Big Wave CDs a year and will receive a new GameShark CD with every issue, assuring that you always have the latest version of GameShark and the most up-to-date code list available. To subscribe to Big Wave, call 410-785-4064 or log on to www.GameSharkGear.com. Maybe you think you're ready to hack your own codes with your GameShark CDX. With the SharkLink code development system, you can search through GameCode and control the variables yourself. The SharkLink cable will connect your GameShark CDX to your PC, and the included Windows-compatible hacking utility software will allow you to create your own GameShark codes. To help get you started, the SharkLink comes packed with the How to Hack Like a Pro video, which will set you on your way to becoming a master code hacker. You can pop into your local video game retailer or order a SharkLink for your GameShark CDX by calling 410-785-4064 or logging on to www.GameSharkGear.com. Gain complete dominance over your games by hacking the codes yourself.